we see it.
Yes, we can
Yes,
see it.
we're okay. Yes,
Okay,
we
great.
see it.
Uh, all right, this is your weekly Hancock Park market update. Flexner for the week of October 6th. And we will be looking at the market here in Hancock Park. There have been a lot of changes over the last month, 2 months, and I'm excited to see how things have progressed. So let's start with all of the actives in the single family range in area 18 of the MLS. Okay, we have 96 listings. That is 5 less than last week. If you remember, we had 101 last week. Let's take a look at the number of sales in the last 7 days. If you'll recall, last week we had 5. In the last 7 days, we've had 11. And this goes along with what we were expecting we would have because we had 47 escrows open last week. And so I'm expecting them to start closing. Here we have 11 of them. Looks like we have some big ones at 5.1 million, 6.9, 6.7, 11.5, along with some others. So that's almost an entire 6 months worth of big listings. Let's take a look at how many we currently have in escrow. Okay, wow, the escrows are growing. So now we have 50 listings in escrow. We had 47 last week, and the week before that we had 43. So it looks like we had 11 listings close, and at the same time, we had more of those 101 from last week go into escrow, causing the number of properties in escrow to go up from 47 and the number of active listings to come down from 101 to 96. Let's take a look at the last 7 days worth of listings that have sold. Okay. Okay, that is taking a minute. Let's try it again. Okay, it's not letting me go through. 1 sec. Let's see if I can try that again. Okay, it looks like it did it. We'll start, these are all in the last 7 days, and we'll start from the highest to the lowest. With 101 North Hudson, we expected that to close. We were watching that, if you'll recall, we talked about that last week. Beautiful house, almost like a castle. Sold for $11,500. Somebody mentioned that last week. Client agent detail short. Here we go. All right, 101 North Hudson. If you recall, we spoke about this last week. Somebody said it had 9 offers. Is that right?
Yes, that's right, Erik.
Okay, 9 offers, 9 bedrooms, 11 baths, 13,000 square foot house on an acre lot, 41,000 square feet, sold for $874 a square foot, which was $11,500. You know, $874 in the high end is not a huge number per square foot, but I guess because of the size of this guy, 13,000 square feet. That's still a lot of money per square foot. Anybody have any comments on this one? That was listed by 2 different brokerages, 3 different agents, 2 with Douglas Elliman and 1 with Keller Williams. And it was sold by Leah and Naomi in our office. Congratulations. Wow. They won this guy for their client against 9 other offers. Okay, 525 South Irving Boulevard, I believe this is the one that has the Mills Act on it, which means that it has reduced taxes. I think I remember it was somewhere around $60,000 a year that it's saving due to the Mills Act. And it's a 6-bedroom, 6-bath, 7,000 square foot house on a really nice block on Irving, sort of in the middle of Windsor Square between 3rd and Wilshire. Almost $1,000 a square foot, 16,000 square foot lot by Altman. I believe he actually owned it. Sold for $6.9 million. Then we have 100 North Irving, 5-bedroom, 7-baths, 5,500 square feet on an 18,000 lot. This is the one I believe that Rick Llanos represented the buyer. We spoke about this before. They split the lot. Got $1,200 a square foot, total of $6,700. Plus they sold the other lot. I mean, the lot next to it, and I think that was at around 1.3. So, and I think that's because they were not able to get the number when it wasn't split, but when they split it, then they were able to get more per deal. And that was Rick's buyer. This was the one that was listed and done by the Property Brothers on HGTV. Might be good for us all, that one, that show. 644 South Rimpaw. I believe this is Elisa Hutchins. Yes, it is. This is very close to Wilshire, a little bit on the busy side. Just over $5 million. 5 beds, 4 baths, 5,700 square feet, 20,000 square foot lot. Just a beautiful English Tudor-looking home. $890 a square foot, which is probably reflected from the fact that it's a little bit busy right there. Anybody have any comments on this one? Anybody see this? Take a look at some of the photos. Lots of beautiful brick. You've got the herringbone floors. Looks like it's been recently updated. Not staged. Big backyard with the pool and spa tub. $5 million. That's a good number for a house like that. 642 South Sycamore. This is going to be a new house in the Hancock Park adjacent neighborhood, listed by Mark Nemetsky, and built in 2015 with 4,000 square foot. I think now, and somebody correct me if you know otherwise, I believe now it's very difficult to build. I don't think you can get permits to build a 4,000 square foot house on a 6,500 square foot lot. I think those numbers are not doable anymore. I think it's more on the 45% of the lot size range now. And so this is actually grandfathered in 4,000, 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, with a 6,500 lot, $711, just under $3 million. 600 North Citrus Avenue, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,200 square feet, 6,400 square foot lot. This is also in the Hancock Park adjacent neighborhood. Sold for $2.3 million, which with a nice house, that is a number that is getting that's pretty normal. Diana Knox was the listing agent. Anybody see this one? Not surprised at the price. Look at that house. Very beautiful, nicely staged, all completely updated. Let's check and see if this is a new house. It almost looks new. 1928, but obviously completely redone, completely renovated Spanish home. All right, next is 151 South Citrus, also in Hancock Park adjacent, also just about $2.3 million. Quite a bit larger though, at 2,800 square feet versus the last one, which was 2,200 square feet. So I expect it's not in as brand new condition. Sherry Beanstalk was the agent. $810 a square foot, 6,700 square foot lot. Let's take a look. It looks like a beautiful, it says it's a rare, authentic Spanish with 5 bedrooms. Anybody having an opinion on this block versus the 600 block that the other one sold on? Is one block nicer than the other? This looks more like it's been renovated versus being remodeled. Got some of the older tile on the countertop. It's got that Sherry Beanstalk look with a lot of white staging. All right. Next one. We are on number 8 out of 11 sales in the last 7 days. This is 607 North Mansfield. I competed for the listing but didn't get it. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,800 square feet. I think it sold right away, even though it says 55 days on market. I'm pretty sure it sold right away. Pete Bonacor was the listing agent. And the 55 days on market is just reflecting how long it had active in escrow, because I think it went in the first week with multiple offers. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 2,800 square feet, 626 a square foot, which reflects the condition of the house. They redid the floors and repainted it, but otherwise the kitchen was dated. It also has a brand new guest house in the back that was 2 stories. So that was nice. I believe that it's an ADU. This is the kitchen. Needed some updating, but clean. Carpeting. Did a nice job of getting it ready. It certainly didn't look like this when I walked through. There's the 2-story in the back. Nicely done, Pete. $1.8 million. That's quite a bit of square footage in the ADU that I don't think is counted in there. Maybe it is. 973rd Avenue. This is over in the Wilshire, I believe they call it Wilshire Park neighborhood. A little bit outside of Hancock Park. 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,300 square feet, $1.2 million. If you have $1 million to spend, you can get a nice, decently large house. This was listed by Monique Caraba. Nice, decently large 2-story house in this neighborhood, running at around $1 million for any buyers you have that want to get a lot of house for their dollar. Very low dollar per square foot area, and still very nice, very central, pretty close to Larchmont. All right, next one is 346 North Lucerne. This was one that I sold. 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, 1,138 square feet, $1,265,000. Got a $1,111 a square foot, 7,000 square foot lot. Was very cute inside. I had the owner, they had inherited the house and it needed work. And I had them redo the floors and repaint the house, and it came out, for a very small investment of around $25,000, $30,000. They were able to get a house that was really, some people were considering a little bit of a teardown. They got it to look wonderful. The garage interior, the whole interior was just the original exposed wood of the garage here, and the painter was able to do this entire shell inside of the garage for $2,000, an incredible value, giving this buyer the ability to have a home office or studio for almost no investment on the seller's side. So that was a really successful sale. 1028 South Wilton. This is also in the, I believe this is just south of Olympic, and it's east of Crenshaw. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Sorry, it's east of Arlington, which would have otherwise been, so I'm not sure because Arlington runs into Wilton here. 4 beds, 3 baths. Oh, okay. Wilton actually continues down, and then the major street turns into Arlington there on the west side of this street. So this is actually not a busy part of Wilton. $1,050,000, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2,500 square feet, $407 a square foot. Not a big number. 9,200 square foot lot listed by John Lee of Compass. Anybody see this one? That's a lot of house for your money. For $1 million. Looks like it has a big deck as well. All right, that's all the sales for this last week. Twice as many as we had last week, and almost 3 times as many as we had the week before. So I expect this number to continue to be running around 10 or so per week, because again, we have 50 properties in escrow, all on a 30 to 45 day run generally. So that is very, very encouraging about the number of sales. Let's take a look at the last 7 days of active listings. These are all the new listings to come up this last week. Wow, 12. So again, just like last week, another 2 per day almost. Let's look at the highest to the lowest. Looks like we've got 3 big ones. You know, I don't know what is causing this huge inventory growth, but I want to say, and somebody please chime in, it feels like there's a lot of people who've decided that either the market's at the top, or they're worried about the election, or they've decided it's time to move out of LA due to COVID, or the protests scared them. But there's a lot of uncertainty for sure. 524 Lorraine just came on the market, $69.95, with Juliet Honan, 6 beds, 7 baths, 8,300 square feet, 25,000 square foot lot, one of the bigger lots. This is just north of 6th, so still south of 3rd. This is a beautiful street. I believe this is right down the street from the old Chandler house. Heck of a lot. Anybody seen this one yet? Big lot. And this looks like the guest house. Top floor here. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice, I like that paint color. I like the way they did that. What a pool. Quite a property here. It's a nice, decently quiet lot. I mean, location. Really quite a property. Look at that. Look at that lot. Very rare. And on a great street. 322 South Rossmore. This one was recently listed by Bonacor, a English country estate. 5 beds, 5 baths, 5,800 square feet, almost $6 million. It's $1,000 a square foot with a very big lot, 19,000. Actually, the lots all there on Rossmore are about that size, 19, 20,000 square feet. You know, it's a really pretty house. That Rossmore is a little bit on the busy side, obviously. So let's see. That's why we're going to be under 6 million for this one. I'm not sure, but I want to say this is the old O'Malley estate. Maybe not. He would have said that in the remarks. O'Malley. Peter O'Malley was the original owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, who moved them here from Brooklyn in the 50s. Palatial. Anybody seen this? Next, 101 South Norton. This is just into the Windsor Square proper area where you have the larger homes, 5 beds, 6 baths, 4,400 square feet. It's a quick, short stone's throw from getting to Larchmont shopping. $5.3 million, 13,000 square feet, $1,200 per square foot, listed by Rick Llanos. Congratulations, Rick, here in our office. Wow. That's a beautiful entry. Looks like it's not been staged. It looks like this is the furniture, however, very well done. Very crisp photographs. Oh, I like that purple and green tile. When do you ever see that? It's a nice combination there. And then we have the gold tile and the other. Both of them look like the original. Really a pretty house. Like a rooftop deck here. Really nice listing, $5.3 million, $1,200 a square foot, which is a little bit on the higher side, but I wouldn't be surprised that if this went, considering there are more $5 million houses selling now. Here's 212 North Windsor. This is a new construction, and I believe it was already listed once before. I think they took it off and then put it back on. It was at $3,195,000. Now it's just under $3 million. 4 beds, 5 baths, 3,100 square feet, 6,800 square foot lot, just under $1,000 a square foot, listed by Lucas Miranda. It was the Nella Development Company that did the remodel, and they also added a lot of square footage. I think they doubled the square footage, which was the max that they could do for this lot size of 60 in the 6,000s. Speaking of which, this is 212 North Windsor. I've got a listing coming up at 222 North Windsor, 2 houses down on the same side of the street, that's coming up this week for around $1.5 million with 1,700 square feet. In case anybody has someone, I can start showing it about Thursday or Friday. Very nice house, just under $3 million. 359 South Mansfield. This is over in the Hancock Park adjacent neighborhood. 5 beds, 5 baths, 3,100 square feet, listed by Joey Valvo of Core Real Estate. I believe that's the Core group that is, in the New York. There's that show, a TV show about the Cores. I believe this is their LA arm. Listing properties here, $2.75 million, 6,700 square foot lot, 800. It says it's a gated new single-story home, which I would expect at that price. Interesting look.
Erik, I wonder what's going to happen, because Pete Bonacore used to market himself as the Core group.
Yeah, I think this is the different Core group.
Right, so it's going to be a bit weird.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I mean, maybe he didn't have the trademark.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Who knows? Maybe Pete's started his own group here. I mean, you would think normally he's on the listing, so, and he's with Larchmont Keller Williams, so I don't think that's him. 1230 South Wilton. This is way down close to Pico, south of Olympic on the east side of Crenshaw. I don't even think this is Wilshire Park. This is south of that. It's actually right near. This is very K-town here. Lots of Korean restaurants in the area, which I love. Juliette Honan, another one with her. Looks like a very pretty historic home. 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,200 square feet, 12,000 square foot lot, $700 a square foot. Let's take a look at this. This is an area I'm not too familiar with. Looks like a very nice house. 2.3 million just north of Pico. That's quite a price. But it looks like it's all very updated and modern to current design standards. You've got the blues, you've got the gold fixtures. Very nice. You got the wallpaper, which is coming back. Patterns. Somebody has put a lot of thought into this house. That's a very nice looking back porch patio area. This is a real gem. However, 2.3 million on that location. I'm not sure. Here's a guest house. This is the garage, it looks like. Wow, a very beautifully done house. Country Club Park, that's what it is. All right, 1059 South Plymouth. This is south of Olympic, west of Crenshaw. I believe this is called, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, it might be Oxford Square is the area. Full of historic homes. This one looks like it was built in 2020, brand new. 4 beds, 3 baths, 2,300 square feet, $846 a square foot. Oh, it's a Thomas James home. Thomas James does a lot of development homes in the west side. I've seen a lot of his homes out in Westchester, listed by Kerry White of the agency. Let's take a look. Now these, he specializes in doing the farmhouse look with, it's rather austere on the exterior. There's a brand new house, $2 million under south of Olympic. That's what I mean by austere. This is the farmhouse look. I grew up in a house like this in Oklahoma. They look just like that. All right, 1043 South Windsor. This is in the same neighborhood as that last house. 3 beds, 2 baths, 1,700 square feet, 8,500 square foot lot, over $1,000 a square foot, listed by Brad Downs of Rodeo for $1,850,000. Anybody see this one? Looks like it's got a nice, it's got some nice privacy there. I think we might have looked at this last week. A lot of the dark colored rooms that have come back into style. Look at that dark wainscoting. And it's got some interesting walls there, backyard walls. $1,850,000. Looks like a historic house that's been fully renovated, remodeled, and expanded in 2017. Now we have 826 South Citrus. This house is in the Hancock Park adjacent area, 4 beds, 2 baths, 1,900 square feet. A lot of houses in the Citrus Avenue that are selling and going on the market. And we had just 2 sold out of the 11 that were sold this week, 2 sold on Citrus. And here's a new one, $1.8 million, $942 a square foot. Average size lot, 7,500 by Sherry Beanstalk. Single story. Got that Sherry Beanstalk look. Grays and whites. No colors that are too conspicuous here. I believe she does her own staging. Looks like it's right next to a 2-story house looking down onto the backyard. $1.8 million. $942 a square foot is totally doable under 2,000 square feet on Citrus. Here's 250 South Larchmont Boulevard, listed by Connie Kim of Master Realty Group. 3 beds, 3 baths, 1,900 square feet, 7,400 square foot lot, $874 a square foot at 1.7, $874 a foot is fairly normal for Larchmont Boulevard. A little bit of a busy street, but obviously you can't cut through because of Larchmont ends right down there at 3rd. Looks good enough to get that price. Anybody seen this? Definitely needs some work. Next is 1163 South Muirfield Road. This is in the Longwood Highland neighborhood south of Brookside. 5 beds, 4 baths, 2,200 square feet on a 6,200 lot. $730 a square foot, 1.649, which is a pretty big number south of Olympic. Max Lee of Dream Realty is the agent. Extensively remodeled. I know that on the other side of Rimpaw, there are a lot of duplexes and triplexes mixed in with the single families, which is not ideal for a homeowner because you have tenants living next to you who don't treat their properties the same way as an owner. I'm not sure if Muirfield is like that. Does anybody know?
I don't think as many as others. I think it's
okay.
There are a lot more single families. Yeah.
And it's directly south of LA High School, which means that you don't have cut-through traffic at all there. Whereas on the other side of Olympic, up here by LA, by the library, you have a ton of cut-through traffic during the morning and the evening on Muirfield there. So this is going to be very quiet. Here we have 1225 South Mullen. This is right next to that other house on Muirfield, a block away at $1.2 million, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,700 square feet, 5,000 square foot lot, not the biggest lot. Paul Salazar of Hilton Highland has the listing, $681 a square foot, 1,700 square feet for $1.2 million. Let's see how this looks. Very small lot, but it is Mullen, south of the high school, so it's not too terribly busy right there. Looks like it has an attic. Kind of cute, slopey front there. We got a little bit of a Tudor feel. And that is it for the listings that have just been listed. Let's go back to the ones that have just gone into escrow to finish up our market update with 50 listings in escrow. We had 47 last week, and then we had 11 close. So that puts us down at 35, and then we would have had to have 15 more go into escrow in the last week. So let me go back and just look at the ones that I went to escrow in the last week. So those are some robust numbers. 50. So we have 9. It looks like that went into escrow in the last. So we had 12 come on the market, almost 2 a day. We had 11 sale in the last week, which is almost 2 a day selling, and then we had 9 go into escrow in the last week, which is 1.5 a day. So that on all fronts, active, pending, sold, we have a lot going on. Let's see here. We'll start at the top with 134 South Windsor. Considering there are 50 listings in escrow, I would not be surprised if we continue for a while with large numbers of properties closing. Let's see. This is the Loveland Car Group, 134 South Windsor. Wow, that went into escrow fast. This was just listed. Congratulations, guys, if you're there. 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 4,500 square feet, $3.8 million. She said that it needed work on the systems. Really nice location, though. From Windsor, you can see the Hollywood sign. There's a lot of Instagrammers and influencers that like to come up and down Windsor and take pictures of themselves with the Hollywood sign in the background. So it needed work as far as the systems go, but obviously priced well and very popular. Anybody know how many offers this got? It must have gotten quite a few, considering the speed with which it went into escrow. Big house and a great location. 626 North Las Palmas. This is up in the, you could call it the Little Hancock Park side, west side of the golf course. 3-bed, 4-bath, 3,000 square feet on a 6,300 square foot lot. Went into escrow at 3.15. There was another one that recently sold right around 3.1 with the same square footage. So 3,000 square feet on 6,300 square feet lot in this area is getting over $3 million, which is pretty amazing considering there's people with 14,000 square foot lots that aren't getting that price if their house is in, it needs work. So this is with Monet Burger. And let's look at the house. It must be in really great shape. Oh, it's a beautiful Tudor or English country. Big kitchen. Looks like it's been remodeled. Beautiful original thin slat wood floors. Herringbone tile in the kitchen, in the bathroom. Nice looking private lot with a pool and a guest house looking property. Let's see what that is back there. Yep. A real nice looking compound. 626 North Las Palmas, so it's about halfway down the block from Melrose $1,000 a square foot. Only took 36 days. 617 North June. This is right down the street from the one we just looked at. A little over 3,700 square feet, 4 beds, 4 baths. Also in the $3 million range, with the same size lot, about $6,350, $804 a square foot, by Luis Delora. These are the escrows. So this went into escrow not too long ago. $804 a square foot. Wow, beautiful Spanish entry. Wow, look at that. That's an interesting sink there. Definitely not original, probably, but maybe something imported. Oh, that's lovely. I love the tiled floors in the kitchen. Thin slat, original throughout. Lovely original bathroom tiles with the turquoise. So it looks like a rooftop deck. Lovely. If you're into Spanish, this is the house for you. 4 beds, 4 baths, 3,700 square feet. 1214 Arlington. This is just off of Country Club Park. And this tends to have some pretty big houses right around here. It's a little bit busy with Arlington, but it looks like you can get a lot for your money. Listed by Charlotte Blake of Keller Williams Larchmont. 5 beds, 6 baths, 3,800 square feet, 14,000 square foot lot. This is a really historic area and was really top of the line back in the day. Only $1.8 million. Wow. That's a big lot. Look at that. That's just a magnificent piece of land. Looks like it's got quite a bit of privacy off of Arlington. Very nice looking house. $1.8 million seems like a steal, but you are off of Arlington, which tends to have a very busy drive-by crowd, probably quite a bit of noise, although back in the backyard, you're not getting much of that. Somebody's going to want a large, not going to be able to say no to a large lot like this under $2 million. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes. Look at that lot. Quite a compound there. Well photographed, well marketed by Charlotte Blake. Okay, 988 South Muirfield. Now, this is in the location that we were talking about before, next to the library on Muirfield, so you can have quite a bit of drive-by traffic in the morning and in the evening. Waze sends people down this road a lot. Listed by Laura Pardini, 3 bed, 2 bath, 1,788 square feet, 7,800 square foot lot, so a big lot for that area. $892 a square foot. Much. However, again, you're right across the street from a park, which I consider to be a good thing. Other people, sometimes there's a homeless contingent there. Sometimes you have a lot of high school kids around because the high school's across the street. So some people would look at that as a negative, but if you have kids, I know I've taken my kids to that park a lot. It sure would be nice to just walk across the street.
They don't seem to have that much of a problem with that park with homeless.
Yeah. It's definitely not terrible at all.
No.
Not sure what the difference is between this park and other parks. Right. There is a library there, so maybe there's some security.
I was nervous about some clients who bought the house next door to the park on Mullen, and I was worried about it, but they love it. They've had no problems at all. And they're right on the fence of the library. Yeah. Mm.
Oh, I know exactly what house you're talking about. Yeah, that's on the east side of Mullen, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I like that location. You can just walk right around from your yard to the park, never crossing the street. Great for kids. Those kids will have good memories. 809 South Orange Drive in the Hancock Park adjacent. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,400 square feet, 6,300 lot. Pretty average lot. $1,000 a square foot. Listed by Petra Araskog, Keller Williams, Beverly Hills. 1.45. Small house. 809 South Orange is going to be south of Wilshire. So is it still considered Hancock Park adjacent when you go south of Wilshire? Looks like it needs some work, but you can't get much these days for $1,450,000. Okay, 138 North Manhattan Place. Wow, this looks like a real classic. But Manhattan Place is a little bit sketchy some parts of the street. Dimitri Khami of Premier Agent Network. 5 beds, big house. 2,700 square feet, 6,600 lot, 459. I want to see the photos on this. This looks like a real beauty. I believe that along this street, there are going to be, wow, look at the detail, the historic detail. I believe there's going to be apartment buildings and things like that around it, big apartment buildings. So not the best location by any stretch. It looks like it needs work, but look at the classic details underneath. Would have been just an absolute top of the line, high net worth individual home. And for somebody who wants a beauty, that is quite a price, $1,275,000. You can't get that very often. I love the brick. All right, next is 725 South Highland, just south of Wilshire. There's a really good cheese restaurant there. Enya right there by the 7-Eleven. My wife told me about 2 of my children. It was announced to me that you're going to have a baby at that location. So I'm partial. 3 beds, 3 baths, 1,825 square feet, $1,250,000. This has been on the market for a while, I think. Well, it says 32 days, but I want to say it was listed before. Anyway, let's see. How does it look while we're waiting on the photos? 684 a square foot, which is pretty standard there. 7,500 square foot lot. Waiting for the photos. Nothing yet, nothing yet. Let's move on. 1050 St. Andrews. This is the last new listing in the week. 4 beds, 3 baths, 1,969 square feet, 6,200 lot, $500 a square foot, just under $1 million by Peter O. of Keller Williams Larchmont. St. Andrews Place in this location is a little bit outside of Hancock Park proper. $999. I believe that this is the cheapest house to go into escrow in a while. Again, you can't get much for $1 million. All right. Does anybody have any comments on the market this week?
Thank you. No, Erik. Thank you.
What's that?
Thank you.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, guys, we have a lot of activity on all 3 fronts. Lots of new listings, almost 2 a day. Lots of sales, almost 2 a day. Lots of escrows, a 1.5 a day. And considering the fact that we have 50 escrows, that means that we're going to continue to have closings much more than we had in the last month or 2, probably by double, whereas we've been averaging 4, 5, 3, 6 all the way through COVID. Here we're at this point where it's starting to turn, and there's a definite change happening where a lot of that Well, we're hitting the tipping point, basically, where a lot of that momentum that has been building for a couple of months is starting to close. And it'll be interesting to watch, very interesting to watch over the next coming month or two or three. I wouldn't be surprised if this essentially doubling of all the activity will continue to happen, because we've got so many escrows happening. People are buying, and not only are they buying in the 1 and 2 like they were at the beginning of COVID and in the middle of COVID, but here we are. Who knows what part of COVID we're in, but now we're seeing, in the last week, we had, 5 listings close over $5 million. Is that right? That's by far the most. Let's see here. Sold in the last 7 days. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 over $5 million. That is a huge number in the high end. And then, of course, the similar numbers, how many? Almost none that were in the 1 million range, whereas we had all 1 millions in the past. Now only one. Well, there's a couple down there in the far southeast corner, but that's not really Hancock Park. That's more Country Club Park. So in the actual Hancock Park proper, only one that was in the 1 range, and then we have all 2s, 5s, 6s, 11s, and we have 3 in escrow, I believe, in the last week that were over 5. So really a momentum building here, and it's actually very exciting to watch, to see what is happening. So, talking to your clients, certainly this is a great time to be on the market versus, a month or 2 or 3 ago when we weren't seeing many closings. Any last comments for today? All right, folks. Well, it was a pleasure. I hope you guys have a really big butt week.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Erik. Enjoy Big Bear.
All righty.
Have a good vacation.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take good care, everybody.